again. Now, what I'm going to do here is to show you how to do your test and probably download your questions, lab manuals, and any other information I want you to download during class. So, for example, if I wanted you guys to do your test, I will ask you to open your Explorer, Firefox, or Google Chrome. Like I said, Google Chrome is more preferred. So what you need to do is to type your IP address, which is 192. This is the usual IP address I will always ask you to type. Now follow my instructions. Now this is the same way I will tell you during your tests. Remember, on the day of your test, I will not be as nice the way I'm being nice, going it little by little now. You make a mistake, you go and stay outside. And you also stop the same time that students will stop, because you cannot disrupt the system. So follow my instructions. I will ask you to type in an IP address on the URL bar or the Universal Resource Locator bar. I will say type 192.168.5.161. Now this is what I will ask you to type. Now that's all you need to do. Wait for my next instructions. Do not press enter. Do not tell me that your computer is an automated computer. After typing, it automatically goes to the IP address on its own. It doesn't work like that. If it shows you something like a history because you've done your first test or second test before, you've been to the website before, do not click any of this. Make sure you're connected to the network +2. Make sure you're connected to network +2. Like you can see now, I'm changing my wireless now to network +2. Can you see? So make sure you're connected to network +2, and network +2 says connected. Of course, I'm using a Mac computer. That's why you can see that information there. Now, after you're done, I will ask a particular line to press enter. Not everyone. I will say the first row, the second row, the third row. The reason is because when everyone connects at the same time, there's a tendency that the server becomes overwhelmed and everybody's what? Disconnected almost immediately. Are we together? And you may have interruption while you're doing your test. Are we together? So what I'm also thinking about is actually getting another wireless adapter on the computer as well, so that I can be able to split the communication between the two groups, so that it can have a lighter weight on one of the network adapters. So when I'm done, I will ask a line to press enter. Are we together? So I want everybody to press enter for this demonstration. Press enter. A page like my screen will appear on your page as well. Did you see Webserver on your screen? Is anybody not seeing that?
Yes, sir.
Make sure you're connected to network +2. Make sure you're connected to network +2. Remember, the IP address is on my screen. 192.168.5.161. You press enter. You will see the screen that's... You will see exactly the same image on my screen on your computer as well. Are we together? Okay. Now, remember, this is the same system I will be using for your tests, especially for your multiple choice questions. Or if you have to download your class manual, which you'll be doing any moment from now. Now, when you're done with this, I will ask you to scroll down onto your project. I'll ask you to scroll down onto your project. Then you will see Caroline 11.5. Did you see Caroline 11.5? Yeah, the last two, you have 1.11.5. I will ask you to click on that. I will always ask you to click on that. So click on it now.
11.5.
Yes. It will bring you to a page like this on your screen. Is that not correct?
Yes.
Now, normally during your tests, I will ask you to, during your test, on the right hand side, you usually see A plus test 1, A plus test 2, A plus final exam, N plus test 1, N plus assessment test, final exam, N plus, whatever course you're doing at that time, on the right hand side you will see the written the words written, or just like the way you can see final exam 70-4 113. Huh? But in your case you will see final exam A plus, assessment test A plus. Are we together? But in this case you are only seeing final exam 70-413 because the students who did their test last week were doing their final exam for 70-413, which is a server book. But in your case, on Thursday is your assessment test, right? Your theory. Yeah, on Thursday, you will see assessment test, or A plus assessment test, or assessment test A plus, whichever words that starts from the beginning, you will see assessment test A plus. Are we together? Now all you need to do is to click on that assessment test. So I want you to click on this, since we're using this for demonstration. A page like this opens as well. On the top page you will see A plus assessment test. Are we together? On the front you see A plus assessment test. Huh? Yeah, you see IIT A plus assessment test. But whatever you see there, you see information that is talking about what type of test you're doing. Now, you will see two icons, two forms that will be required for you to fill. Name and course name. Your name, of course, is your full name, which is John Peter. Then on course name, now what course are you doing? No, what course are you doing? You're doing CompTIA A+, that's the course name. And on the course name, you will type CompTIA A+ 220-801/802. Are we together? If you're doing a server course, you will do the same thing. If you're doing an N+, it will be N+ N10-005. You must write the name of the course book, the title, and the code number. Are we together? If you don't do this, when you finish your test and a report is given, when I come with your paper to mark, I will skip you. Because your name is correct, but your course name is wrong. I will skip, and that is the end. You get a 0 out of 200. So it is very important that you remember your course code and your course name. You cannot say you are from the north and you don't know the road to the north. Just like you say you are an African, you don't know the road to robots. Doesn't make sense. You must be able to identify the course you're doing and the name and the code. Are we together? Now, when you're done with this, of course, the line I will ask to press enter, I will go through the process I'm doing now, like the way you're doing it. Then I will ask that line to press start your test. With that line of start your test, I will move to the next line to say press enter and do the same process. I will move to the other line. Are we together? So in this case, I'm going to click on start. Are we together? So I'll click on start. Now, take notes. There's a way this program has been designed. You cannot go back. It's forward ever, backward never. Meaning, you cannot say, oh, number one's question was actually B because a repeat was done in question 2. And actually the answer in question 1 should be in question 2. And you say, ooh, and you click on, you see the button here? This is back button. Can you see it? If you click on this back button, you're not done. Your exam, it's automatically destroyed. The moment you click back and you go back and change, it is the system automatically kicks you out. Meaning, it might look it's okay. It's not going to tell you that it's okay. It's going to look like it's okay. When you click back, it's fine. You correct and you continue. By the time you have ended or doing even the process of why you're continuing, it's going to prevent you from going to the next question, and you're going to call me. Just like in the public, in the government, when people are not able to go forward, what do they tell them to do? They tell them to retire. Is that not correct? Huh? Because they're stuck. They say the best is to what? Retire. So when you call me, and I will look at it, I say, no, click on the answer, and it's not moving to the next. What I would do is to say, please, can you come to this button here? Can you see this button here, guys?
Yeah.
I will ask you to click on retire. When you click retire, a pop-up will come up and say, are you sure? Definitely we are sure, because we cannot go forward. We are tired and we need to retire because we forced it. So what I would do, I will click on what? Okay. When I click on OK, it will roll up the whole, and it will give me 0 out of what? 150. And that is what I will record for you. Are we listening? I will put this video online as well. So those of you who have internet, you can also download it tonight. I press enter again. I start from the beginning. I will ask the line to press enter. I will ask them to go to Caroline 11.5. On the right hand side, they will see assessment test. They will click on it. They will fill their name, John, Peter. On course name, they will type CompTIA A plus 220-801/802. They will press enter. Now, if you look towards the down part of this program, you'll notice that there's a time here. So you want to watch the time as well. The time, it's on the bottom. Look at it here. Yeah. Yeah. You can push this a little bit higher as well, so that you can see the time. Yeah? Are we together? The time is not for you to lazy around. The time is for you to be fast as you can, but slow as to answer the questions correctly. Fast as you can, but very slow to answer the questions correctly. Meaning, do not just click because you discover it is 29 minutes. No. Read it properly. This is 2 hours. How many minutes? 30 minutes. So, the time will be reading not as your clock on your computer system, but as the time for the exam. When it is 0.0.0.0, a pop-up will come up and says your time has what? Expire. And click OK. Because without you clicking the OK, there's no way the exam will continue. Everybody starts at the same time. So there's no way you will finish before the others. There's only one way you can finish. You finish earlier on, not late than the others. Then we'll know that you refreshed your computer. And for me to identify that, because you're connected to the wireless, I will go to the backend server and I'll be able to see how many times you connected. And I will be able to know. So there's no escape. Remember, I'm a security specialist. I know how to put these systems together to ensure quality is assured. Whereby your mark is your mark. You did not cheat doing your exam. You actually did the exam honorably. And I can prove that. Because the backend system tells me how many times you went into that system. Like the way I've pressed enter, you can notice I've done it twice. Is that not correct? I've gone there twice now. So I will know. So there are two types of questions. You have a single questions. You have what? Multiple questions. So some questions will demand you to answer one, which sometimes you will get something like this. When you select the correct answer and says what kind of network traffic should the administrator want to eliminate, you can say this. It will automatically mark it and take you to question 2 immediately without wasting time. You answer this one wrongly, no is a loss. Oh, it's number 2. Just know that you've lost it. Now I just want to keep going. Now, did you notice now this is requiring more than one questions? Can you see it? So I will need to select the correct 2 or 3 or 4 or 7 answers. If it's asking me to select 2, 3 answers, or select all that apply, or select the 3 that is correct, I select them and I will click OK, and it takes me to the next. Now, when you're done to the last question, the moment you select the last question, you see a pop-up window like this. Are you getting me? When you click OK, of course, it's not going to take this long time. It's going to just auto-mark the system. Are you getting? It's just going to give you this page. Now, leave this page open. I will come with your paper. By then, when you are finished, I will give you your papers. Then, I will come to each of your computers and record your score on your sheet. Then, when your score is recorded, you close your computer and you start your theory exam, which is maximum maybe 3-4 questions. Then you're done with your theory assessment.
So then you know already if you fail.
I've told you before in the class, when you walk out of the building after your test, you know. You know. It's not that you are waiting. You know. Okay. Guys, that's for your test. I'm going to go back again. I'm going to try to press enter. So I'm going to go to Carol. Can you everybody do exactly what I just did now? Press enter. So go to Caroline again, 11.5. Now, what I've decided to do was I can still upload it online as well, but normally during class I usually give the student the lab manuals online as when we are in class on the local network. So what I've done, I've created a course called Hardware and Software Tech, which is 202.801.802, which is a code book for A+. So normally when I want to give you your lab manual, I will ask you to click on the course title. So in this case, I want all of you to click on Hardware and Software Tech. Now, my screen shows more icons than your screen. Yes or no?
Yes.
Your screen only shows one icon, which is document. Yes or no?
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, mine is showing more because I'm the administrator. I actually disable the rest because you don't really need them. So in this case, every time I will ask you to do this is because I want you to download a manual or a document that I think you should need or that you will need, especially your lab manuals during class hours. So what you need to do now, click on document. You'll see a PDF file, A+ CompTIA 220.801.802P1. Now that is your lab manual for now. Or rather, your lab manual will be using for the practicals. All the practicals I'm going to be doing with you, they are all listed there. When we start practicals, I'm going to be explaining to you what we're doing in each of them, how we're doing them, so that when questions are set on your exams, you'll be able to identify what task you are required to do. Are we together? So click on that now. It will bring up your PDF document, and it will ask you, it will be loading on your computer. Then you can save it to your desktop. Are we together? That's your lab manual. Then you can save it to your desktop. It should open like this on your screen. Those of you using Google Chrome. Yeah, it should open like this. Then all you need to do, just bring your mouse towards the end. On the edge, you'll see this icon. You click save. Then you go to wherever your documents, whichever location you know you can identify it. You can go to document. Then you can give it a different name. Class Lab Manual for A+. Whatever name you want to change. If you want to keep the same name, it's fine. Then you click save. That's all. And the document will be saved on your computer. So that is all I wanted to explain. So take note of the first lab manual. The first, we will need internet connection. So we're going to find a way of getting internet. The second part, you want to identify the parts of this motherboard. This will definitely come out on your lab practicals. And the ones on your lesson notes as well. Make sure you identify them. They will come out on your lab practicals as well. Are we together? Yeah, they are going to come out on your lab practicals. Make sure you're able to identify the parts of the peripheral devices as well, the connector types. They will come out on your final exam. They will come out on your final exam. Okay, guys, that's all I wanted to show you. That's all.